So one thing that many people struggle with is distraction. And I know for myself, it's very easy for me to get distracted and um, sort of exhibit ADD behavior. And it's really challenging because so much of the world is set up for distraction these days. On my computer, I have many browser tabs open that are all things that I'm very interested in, and not to mention getting texts from people throughout the day, or getting emails from people, or getting lost in my inbox. Many people work, I would say, in a reactive way, working from their email inbox versus working from a plan or something that they have for the day. So this is a much broader topic, and I'm just going to focus on aspect and one kind of tip that you can put into place to improve your productivity in the midst of all these different distractions. I mean, there's just no shortage of distractions these days. YouTube alone is a rabbit hole that you can get lost in for forever. I think for me, the first thing is, the first that really helps is just acknowledging that you are distracted and noticing all the different things that distract you. And not in a way to beat yourself up about it, but just to acknowledge that this is something that goes on, and it's something that many people struggle with. And the second thing is to sort of be kind to yourself and take out some time to plan for the part of you that is distracted. It's, if you imagine if you were working with somebody who was incredibly distracted, how would you set up their environment, and how would you set up their work to help them be focused and be less distracted? Not to be a tyrant to them, but to really help them get things done. So, and now I'll talk about this little hack, which is really it's a variation on having a list and how you can work from a list. So I keep a thing that I call my thing list, and it really has, I would say, two aspects to it. One is if I have certain to-dos that I have to get done that day, that's something that I keep at the top of this list. So in any moment throughout my day, if I notice that I'm distracted, I can pull back, and without then trying to decide what to do, I just grab this list, and right at the top of the list are the things that are most important for me to get done that day. This is part of a bigger, my productivity system, which I've put together from a variety of sources. But one thing is that I take time throughout my week to plan my priorities, and then even many days on a daily basis, I'll identify my top 1 to 3 things. So those things are going to be at the top of that list, and so the minute I notice that I'm kind of spiraling aimlessly, I just grab my list, and I'm like, oh, okay, today I need to send in my taxes, or I need to buy something online, or but they're very specific, and so that's the first part of the list. The second part of the list is a collection of things that I can almost always work on, and I'm making progress towards the goals that I'm trying to achieve. So using taxes as an example, and tax season just passed, but For me, taxes, it's a couple weeks of pretty dedicated work. And since I've done it many times, I have it all broken down, into subtasks. And one aspect of, when I'm curating this anything list is I try to make all the tasks very, very tiny and easy to execute on. Most of them can be executed within, 5 to 10 minutes. The goal is just to get my foot in the task and have some forward progress. So, a couple of weeks ago, if I looked at my anything list, I would see there not just taxes, because that's a big abstract idea, but there would be a specific step like download my statements, something like that, that the minute I see it on the list, I know what to do, and I jump into action. So, part of me takes time, even if you set up this anything list once a week and you keep it with you, you'll see productivity just really shoot through the roof. So when I'm putting together the list, I'm in a state of mind of somebody who plans, and I'm keeping in mind the person that I'm handing this list to, which is the me that can be quite distracted. So knowing that other me is quite distracted, I try to put everything on the list in a very specific, clear way that the minute you see it, you can jump into action. It's like, okay, go to the store and get tomatoes. It's specific. It's not a big abstract thing like go shopping. Because for me, that would lead to more distraction. That would lead to more confusion. So like I said, the top of the list is things that are on my current to-do list that need to get done. And then the bottom part are steps that are associated with kind of bigger projects that I'm working on that I want to keep moving forward. And then part of that second section, I also have things that I can do that I enjoy. It might be just sit down and read for 10 minutes. If I'm going to spend time watching something on YouTube, I want to watch things that are of higher value or relevance to me. So I have a YouTube list. I have a reading list. Even when it comes to shows that I'm watching, I have a list of shows. So all of those kind of feed into this. So what this anything list does for me is at any moment, it lets me know something I can engage in, with virtually no resistance, that gets me moving in a purposeful way. And even things that are high quality, if I feel like taking a break, like I said, if I need a moment to relax, I might read or play a game or something like that, but it's something I'm choosing as opposed to something that I'm doing just out of distraction. So again, to sort of recount the steps, first thing is to begin to put this list together for yourself as the planner. The time to plan is not in the middle of your day. At least for me, being somebody who's just distracted, when I'm distracted, it's confusing. It's hard for me to plan. So I like to do planning on Sunday afternoons. I like to do, if I do any planning during the day, it's usually first thing in the morning before I open email or open a web browser. So I'll put together the list. At the top of the list are my top to-dos that I want to get done that day or that week. And then the bottom of the list is a series of tasks, kind of next steps on my major projects, so I can keep those moving forward. And then I guess you'd say it's a third section are things that I can do, like reading, watching something, exercise, anything like that I can jump into quickly and feel productive. And the last thing I'll say is, if you're somebody who's prone to distraction, there are going to be moments of distraction. So it's okay. You don't have to fight it. But I find that having this this list there actually makes me feel better about the times that I am distracted, because I know how productive this simple list makes me throughout the majority of my day. That's about it on the anything list. So I hope that works for you. Yeah, enjoy.